You're welcome back. This is Newsfile. It's your most authoritative news analysis platform. And here on Newsfile, as always, we put Ghana first. And here is Samson's take. CJ Sophia Akuffo calls for action. She has won 1 million hearts. Yes, even many on the lunatic fringe for the senseless duopoly partisan politics cannot help but love her. Yes, even those who called her names over the errant conduct of the infamous Muntie III are celebrating her today. She spent over 30 years writing judgments, and over 20 of those years in the Supreme Court resolving disputes, shaping national policy, and developing Ghana law. She became president of the African Court on Human and People's Rights, and recently retired as Chief Justice of Ghana. But it is suggested that Sophia Akuffo has only now put her history in a far more endearing and enduring light when it comes to be written. It is her decision to defy society's hermit-like role for a former CJ. Her decision to publicly show empathy when she joined poor, old, suffering pensioner bondholders to picket at the Ministry of Finance for exemption from government's domestic debt exchange program. The former CJ did not shy away from the microphones. Only a few words in a brief advocacy pointing to violations of the sanctity of contract, wicked and unconscionable conduct, and the pensioners would get a voice that mutes pin-brained defenses and force government to not only write but also publicly announce the exemption of these pensioners on the 16th of February. I share the view that her singular act has present and eternal value for our democracy. Law teacher Dr. Justice Sremsai writes that she has erased the wrong impression held by some that people of high and distinguished standing in society, and women especially, must not be seen on the streets in demonstrations. Yes, protest marches, picketing, and such social actions are guaranteed by our Constitution and regulated by the Public Order Act. Our democracy is hijacked by partisans for parochial, group, and self-interest. Your ideal Ghana will elude you if you went to sleep after voting. Let the desire for a good society move you to demand and compel the president to suspend or dismiss the Northern Development Authority CEO, just as he has done to his 2 deputies. We allow wrong and grave injustice watching him sack those 2 officers who are facing same criminal prosecution with the CEO of the NDA. How will staff dare to offer themselves as witnesses for the special prosecutor to prove what is said to be the naked 10 million corrupt conduct Martin Kpebu blew the whistle on? The case may be lost on that account. The special prosecutor would have wasted time and resources, and the culprits will return to the conduct in their manifestos. In 2016 and 2020, they promised to pass the decade-old Conduct of Public Officers Bill into law to enhance the asset declaration regime in fighting corruption in public office. It has taken a long period of hounding by Occupy Ghana for the revelation of cabinet secret decision to abandon the promise that won them power. There was also the repeated promise to amend the constitution for districts to elect their DCEs. Government embarked on a rather expensive referendum process just so the amendment will serve partisan ends instead of a simple parliamentary amendment that will remove the president's power to appoint DCEs. I started a campaign that saw a groundswell of opposition, and when defeat stared the president in the face, he aborted that mission. He insists it has to be done his way, despite surveys, including by CDD, showing overwhelming rejection of his preference. Citizens cannot continue to be passive and feel powerless when the president will not listen to their cries for actions to save a broke economy. The president ignores all of you to keep Ken Ofori-Atta in office. Yes, not even a majority of his party MPs could win as long as he had the party on his side. Thomas Jefferson is noted as saying, quote, "It is the common fate of the indolent to see their rights become a prey to the active. The condition upon which God has given liberty to man is eternal vigilance, which condition, if he break, servitude is at once the consequence of his crime and the punishment of his guilt. Wake up, speak up." And that is my take. This show is brought to you, as always, by Bank of Africa, as strong as a group and close as a partner, MTN everywhere you go, Ashesi University, educating ethical and entrepreneur leaders for Africa, Robert & Sons Optical Services, your comprehensive eye care service provider, My Way Insurance, dial *165# on the MTN to join, and St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care. We'll be right back. I'll introduce my guest to you, and then we begin the discussion. We start with, why are the minority, or is the minority, still rejecting the small piece of proposed legislation by the Electoral Commission? So, to be captured on the electoral roll, you need to use your Ghana card. Why the opposition 6 months after they began it? We'll be right back.